Hello, I'm Tonungajiro. So today we'll see about PDO, PHP Data Objects. PHP Data Object is an extension of PHP that allows you to connect to multiple databases. You can just create some PHP scripts and allow it to shift from one database to another without modifying most of your scripts codes, PHP scripts codes. So yeah, it's also a good and convenient way of protecting your system from SQL injections, because PDO allows you to use prepared statements, which what they do, they just separate the user data with your MySQL's PHP execution statements. So in that way, it prevents you from MySQL injection. Normally, the traditional way MySQL Connect just allows you user inputs to go directly to be executed as MySQL statements, which is very dangerous. So anyone can insert just a query together with form data, and you can find yourself in trouble. So PDO is a good way. So if you're a PHP coder, I think you need to start learning PDO. So I will introduce to you starting by connecting using PDO to connect to a database, and we also see how we can use PDO to fetch some data from database. So I'm using MySQL database, but if you are using other kind of database, I think you may want to read more documentation about your database structure and compatibilities with PDO, PHP PDO. Okay, so but I'm using LAMP stack. So if you don't have LAMP stack installed in your Linux machine, I suggest just watch my previous videos. I explain how you can install Linux LAMP stack on Linux 2019. So go with that and you can back later. So we get started by creating a new file. So this is gonna be our file, PHP file, where we be writing our code here. So let's call it index.php. Okay. So we create a file, and now we can start creating some PHP scripts. Okay. So here's a PHP opening and closing tags. Okay, so inside here we start by creating some variables. Okay, so creating variables, this is normal ways and it's not new. We usually create variable first before doing any connection. It's a good way of programming. Creating variables is a good practice. So my local host is our local host, so not sure about yours. You may wanna specify according to your details. Okay, so we have some user. So mine uses root. Okay, and we also have pwd for this user root, which is also root. Okay, and we have db. My database is test or is test. So my database is test. Okay, test. Okay, so from here we can start creating what's so-called data source name, DSN. Okay, data source name is just a one statement that combines your connection statements into just a single statement inside a variable, which you can just import during the connection. But it's not that the only way to do PDO connection. You can just, there are a lot of different ways. It's just a variables with some values, so you can just decide to insert those values directly to a connection statement, and also that will work. So it depends on how you prefer to do it. So mine, I prefer to just create a domain source name variable, then I will say this is equal to MySQL. So MySQL host equal to, I will concatenate a variable host here, and also I concatenate with some answer text. So let's say database, okay, DB, and DB, this will equal to, I concatenate again my DB variable, okay, here. So we already created the domain source name, so we may go ahead creating our PDO objects where we start connecting to a database. So creating our PDO objects, our PDO object here, okay, creating our PDO objects. Okay, so we're gonna say we're gonna name this maybe connect, anyway, this, and I'm gonna say new, okay, PDO. So here we drop our DSN variable, and also we drop our user, okay, user variable, and we also drop our user password variable. Okay, now we're done. So from here we can now connect to database. Okay, so let's see localhost. Now I'm not sure if I enabled the errors in my PHP ARINI file, but not sure. So maybe let's try to create some errors. So just do this and save. No, you can see nothing, even though I created an error here, but it's not showing anything. So you can see some errors if you enable your PHP.ARINI file, but it's a good thing that PDO also comes with error handling, so you can just handle your errors directly with PDO. You don't need to use your PHP configuration. Okay, and we can see here by doing a simple thing. So in order to handle errors in PDO, you just use two functions. The first one is try, and the second one is catch. So we're gonna say try. So this one we try to connect. So if there is anything, then our catch will catch the error. So let's cut it and copy it here and paste it here. So yeah, so if the connection is successful, we say if the connection is successful, then tell us that the connection is success. Okay, success. Okay, so if not, we need to catch an error. So we use catch functions to catch this error. So before that, inside here we need to have some parameters, which is a PDO exception, and this PDO exception just error handling, and we will store that exception in our variable here. Sorry, our variable here. So mostly people prefer to use E, but you can just use any variable you prefer. Okay, so inside here we just say echo out. So echo this error. Okay, this error came to get message function. Okay, so in that way we'll be able to see which kind of errors we are getting. Yeah, let's see. So just save that and reload. So we see success means the connection is successful connected, and we are now have access to our database. So let's try to create some errors. Maybe we just delete this and say if we get some errors. So if we refresh that, no errors. What? So we get message, and okay, so here we made a mistake. Our variable is error. So let's refresh that, and we got these errors. So it just say SQL blah blah blah. And the bad thing about this guy, it just display your user and saver, which is not a convenient way if you're doing that for production. So you may want to avoid this, because it just may expose your potential information, your credential to users, which is not a good thing. So it's a vulnerability. So in order to avoid that, you may use this other function. Instead of say echo message, you can just say echo get code. What this does is just extract the code, the error code, not the whole message, just the error code. Okay, so you can see just the error code. Okay, so we say echo get code. So if we do this, then patch down this one. Okay, so save that and refresh. So we get a code, not the whole errors, but just a code, which this is I think is a MySQL code. So yeah, this is professional way maybe, and you can just concatenate with other text like oh my god, we will try to fix that. We will try to fix that. Okay, and just say yeah, stuff like those, like this maybe. Okay, so anyway, I'm not sure if you're gonna tell this to your users, but anyway, I'm just trying to make a point here. So you can just do like this. Yeah, it's convenient way. Instead of showing your potential information, you could just show an error code. Okay, so let's get rid of that. That is how we handle some errors in a PHP PDO, PHP data objects. That's how we handle errors. Okay, so about how we can fetch some instructions, and also there's lots of error handling and error exception in PDO. If you wanna learn more, you just may wanna get some documentation about on PDO. You can learn more about PDO error handling, especially using PDO exception. So there are lots of options of errors, which whenever you put more errors, you just get more information from that error, which is a very easy way of allowing you to debug your PHP application very fast. So if you want more errors, you can just go and read the documentation about this. Okay, so we go on and try to do some instruction fetching, and in the next tutorial. So see you later.